In this video, we're diving into Baile Inolvidable by Bad Bunny, digging into the Spanish lyrics, the slang, and the emotion packed into each line. Dale! Let's start with Pensaba que contigo iba a envejecer, which means I thought I was going to grow old with you. Contigo means with you. It combines con and ti into one word. The verb envejecer means to grow old. If we break it into parts, it's en, meaning in, viejo, which means old, and the verb ending eser. It's like stepping into oldness. En plus viejo plus eser. Next, we have en otra vida, en otro mundo podrá ser, which means in another life, in another world, it could be. Podrá ser uses the future tense of poder and literally means will be able to be, but it translates more naturally as could be. Since future events happen in, well, the future tense inherently carries a sense of uncertainty. It deals with what's not yet certain, so it makes sense that we can use it for hypothetical scenarios. For example, serán las 11. It's probably 11 o'clock. Feels like a prediction about the present, using the same mental framework as predicting the future. Now you may be wondering if Bad Bunny could have used the conditional, podría ser. This also translates to could be, but the tone is slightly different. The future tense, podrá, is more confident. It feels forward-looking, open, and possible, while the conditional podría feels reflective, hypothetical, or speculative. So going back to the song, Bad Bunny is saying that in another life, or in another world, maybe he could grow old with this girl. The next line is en esta solo queda irme un día, which means in this one, all that's left is to leave one day. Esta refers back to esta vida, this life, as opposed to the otra vida mentioned in the previous line. Irme is the reflexive form of the verb ir, meaning to go, and here means to leave. Bad Bunny is saying that the only thing left in this life is for him to leave or move on, perhaps so he can be reunited with his girl in the next life. Next we have y solamente verte en el atardecer, which means and only see you in the sunset. Let's start with y, which means and. This connects to the previous line, and he's referring to something else that remains for him in this life. Verte is the infinitive ver plus the pronoun te, literally to see you. En el atardecer means in the sunset, suggesting he'll only see her in the sunset. Bad Bunny is saying that two things remain in this life. The inevitability of departure, whether literal or metaphorical, and the lingering image of the beloved in a moment of beauty and finality, the sunset. The sunset imagery ties into the earlier line about leaving, because both evoke endings. Leaving life and seeing someone in the final light of day are parallel moments of closure. This lyrical progression suggests a resigned acceptance that the relationship is over. The mention of the word atardecer is also perhaps a reference to Bad Bunny's other song titled Otro atardecer. Bad Bunny consistently uses sunsets as a symbol of endings, of fading moments, and the melancholic beauty of what can no longer be. Next, look at si me ven solo y triste, no me hablen, which means if you see me alone and sad, don't talk to me. Notice ven, meaning you see. The subject you all is implied, not stated explicitly. Hablen is the imperative form, literally speak or talk. Combined with no, it becomes a command. Don't talk to me. He's asking people not to talk to him when he's in this state. He wants to be left alone. The line reflects withdrawal and intentional solitude. The next line is si me ven solo y triste, soy culpable, which means if you see me alone and sad, I'm to blame. Notice culpable. This means guilty or to blame. It's related to the English words culpable and culprit. A culprit is someone who is guilty of a crime. Bad Bunny is taking responsibility for his own sadness. He knows he's the one who caused it. This is a clear expression of guilt, or self-blame. This line is also perhaps a reference to an earlier song of his called Soy culpable. That song is about a relationship that ended because he cheated. Next we have La vida es una fiesta que un día termina, which means life is a party that one day ends. He's comparing life to a party, something joyful, fleeting, and full of people. But like any party, it eventually ends. It's a poetic way of saying life doesn't last forever, and the good moments pass too. Next we have Y fuiste tú mi baile inolvidable, which means, and you were my unforgettable dance. Notice fuiste tú. This word order is used for emphasis. While fuiste already means you were, adding tú emphasizes it's specifically you who was his unforgettable dance. The metaphor, mi baile inolvidable, my unforgettable dance, beautifully connects to the earlier line about life being a party. In that party of life, the person he loved was his most unforgettable moment, like a magical dance that stood out from everything else. Next we have Mientras está vivo, which means while one is alive. Notice uno. This is used as an impersonal pronoun meaning one or a person in general, similar to how we might say while one is alive in formal English. Next we have uno debe amar lo más que pueda, which means one must love as much as possible. Debe comes from the verb deber and expresses a sense of duty or obligation. It is related to the English word debt, which is a duty or obligation in the form of a payment owed. Notice the construction lo más que pueda, literally the most that one can. The subjunctive pueda here expresses potential or capability, what one is able to do. This philosophical line connects beautifully to the song's theme about making the most of love while we can. The next line is one we've seen before. En esta solo queda irme un día. In this one, referring to this life, all that's left is to leave one day. Next we have y ver pa'l cielo a ver si te veo caer, which means and look to the sky to see if I see you fall. Notice pa'l. This is a contraction of para él, meaning to the. The phrase a ver si te veo caer literally means to see if I see you fall. But this repetition of ver and veo creates emphasis. It's like saying, let me see if I can see you, expressing both hope and uncertainty about glimpsing his lost love. He's looking up at the sky, hoping to catch a glimpse of her falling, like an angel descending from above. It echoes the idea that she's no longer here, maybe physically, emotionally, or even in this life. The act of looking to the sky suggests he sees her as something heavenly, idealized, unreachable. To see if I see you fall may imply he's waiting for a sign, or hoping she'll return to him somehow. This line is also likely a reference to his Titi me preguntó music video, where his ex-girlfriend appears as a bride in the music video, descending from the sky, dressed in white. Next we have no te puedo olvidar, which means no, I can't forget you. Notice te puedo olvidar, this is the structure for I can forget you. The double no at the beginning creates emphasis, like saying no way can I forget you. Next, we have no te puedo borrar, which means no, I can't erase you. Borrar means to erase. This is stronger than just forgetting. He's saying he can't completely remove her from his memory or his heart, like she's permanently written there. Next we have tú me enseñaste a querer, which means you taught me how to love. Notice enseñaste, this is the preterite tense, showing a completed action in the past. She definitively taught him this skill. Here, querer means romantic love, not just to want. This shows how context determines meaning in Spanish. Next, we have me enseñaste a bailar, which means you taught me how to dance. Notice the structure a bailar. Spanish uses the preposition a before infinitives after verbs like enseñar. This line connects beautifully to the song's central metaphor of love as a dance. She literally taught him how to dance, but in Bad Bunny's world, dancing is never just dancing. It's often a metaphor for love, connection, and rhythm in life. This line also echoes his earlier metaphor that life is a party and she was his unforgettable dance. This line is also possibly a reference to his song Enséñame a bailar from his album Un verano sin ti. Next, we have Dime cómo le hago pa olvidarte, which means tell me how to forget you. Dime is the command form of the verb decir, tell me. Notice le hago. This is a very colloquial expression. It means how do I go about it, or how do I manage to do it. The le doesn't actually refer to anything and is not an indirect object. Its use is actually idiomatic. It would also be correct to drop it and say, Dime cómo hago pa olvidarte. Tell me how to forget you. But when we add le, dime cómo le hago pa olvidarte, it's like saying, tell me how the heck I'm supposed to forget you. The le adds a sense of emotional intensity. Pa is the casual contraction of para, showing the informal, conversational tone of the song. Olvidarte combines olvidar with te, forget you. Next we have Hay un paso nuevo que quiero enseñarte, which means there's a new step that I want to teach you. Notice, paso, this continues the dance metaphor from earlier. He's not just talking about a literal dance step, but perhaps a new way of moving through life or love. Enseñarte combines enseñar with te, literally, to teach you. This mirrors the earlier line where she taught him to dance, but now he wants to teach her something new. Next we have En las noches ya ni puedo dormir, which means I can't even sleep at night. Notice noche. This is a casual contraction of noches, nights. The phrase ya ni puedo dormir creates strong emphasis. I can't even sleep, or I no longer can sleep at all. If Bad Bunny had just said, no puedo dormir, I can't sleep, it's like he's just stating a problem. If he said, ya no puedo dormir, it's like saying, I can't sleep anymore, acknowledging it's getting worse. And finally, ya ni puedo dormir, I can't even sleep anymore, emphasizing how basic and essential sleep is, yet it's impossible. Next we have Lo que hago es soñarte, which means all I do is dream of you. Notice lo que hago. This literally means that which I do, but in English we'd more naturally say all I do. This is a common Spanish structure for emphasis. Soñarte combines soñar, to dream, with te, you, literally to dream you. This connects to the previous line about not being able to sleep. Instead of sleeping, he's dreaming of her. Next, we have Como tú me besabas, como yo te lo hacía, which means the way you kissed me, the way I made love to you. Notice besabas. This is the imperfect tense, describing how she used to kiss him repeatedly or habitually in the past. It captures the ongoing, intimate nature of their relationship. The phrase te lo hacía literally means I did it to you, but here lo refers to making love. This is a euphemistic way of expressing intimacy, similar to English, where you might ask if they did it. Next we have Como tú me mirabas, bellaquito me ponía, which means the way you looked at me, you get me a little horny. Notice mirabas. Bad Bunny is using the imperfect tense again, describing how she used to look at him repeatedly in the past. Bellaquito is a colloquial Puerto Rican term meaning a little horny or turned on. In Puerto Rican slang, bellaco means horny, and bellaquito is the cute, flirty version. The ito ending makes it diminutive and playful. The structure me ponía literally means it put me or it made me, but here it means you'd get me or you'd make me feel. This shows how Spanish often uses poner to describe how something makes someone feel, either emotionally or physically. Next, we have se siente feo no tenerte cerquita, which means it feels awful not having you close. In Spanish, sentir means to feel, but when you're talking about emotions or states, like feeling sad or bad, you use the reflexive form sentirse. In se siente feo, the reflexive se is used to form an impersonal construction, meaning it feels bad in a general sense, without specifying who feels that way. Feo literally means ugly, but here it means awful, or terrible, showing how Spanish uses physical descriptions for emotional states. Cerquita is the diminutive of cerca, making it oh so close. The ita ending adds tenderness and intimacy to the meaning. Next, we have la nueva mama bien, pero no es tu boquita, which means the new girl's good at going down, but it's not your lips. La nueva means the new one and refers to the new girl, whoever he is dating or seeing now. Mama comes from the verb mamar, which means to suckle. Here, it's vulgar slang that refers to fellatio. And bien means she does it well. Boquita is the diminutive of boca, mouth, making it little mouth or affectionately, your lips. The ita ending shows tenderness and intimacy. This line explains how Bad Bunny is trying to move on physically, but even in that, he's still emotionally tied to his ex. The new girl doesn't have her mouth, meaning her kiss, her presence, her intimacy. Next we have mi diabla, mi ángel, mi loquita, which means my she-devil, my angel, my crazy girl. Diabla is the feminine form of diablo, meaning devil. It can be translated here as she-devil. The term is used here affectionately though, like saying she's devilishly playful or mischievous. He next calls her an ángel, highlighting her pure and sweet side. Finally, he calls her his loquita. Loquita is the diminutive of loca, crazy, making it affectionate, my little crazy one. The ita ending shows how much tenderness he still feels for her, even calling her craziness endearing. Next we have esto suena cabrón, which means this sounds badass. Notice cabrón. This is slang that literally means something quite vulgar, but here it's used positively to mean badass or awesome. Next we have vamos a hacerlo otra vez, which means let's do it again. Notice vamos. This is a casual contraction of vamos, showing the informal conversational tone. Ve is a contraction of vis, time, with the apostrophe showing the dropped z. Next, we have como anoche, which means like last night, like last night. Notice anoche. This is one word meaning last night. The repetition creates emphasis, suggesting he wants to recreate whatever happened the night before. Next, we have aprieta chamaquito aprieta, which means work it, kid, work it. Aprieta is the command form of apretar and literally means squeeze or tighten. But here it's slang for work it or give it your all. When you squeeze something, you're exerting all your force. Aprieta means apply that same effort to whatever you're doing. In Spanish street slang, aprieta started by signaling intense physical effort, like in sports or dance, eventually becoming shorthand for give it all you've got. Chamaquito is the diminutive of chamaco, kid, making it affectionate like little kid or kiddo. The ito ending adds a layer of affection or familiarity. It's like saying, you got this, kid. Next we have ahí, vamos allá, which means right there, right there, right there, let's go. Vamos is a contraction of vamos, let's go. Vamos literally means we go. But in excited or rallying contexts, it naturally shifts to mean let's go, like saying, come on, we're doing this. Allá means there or over there. But here, it's not just about physical location. It's more about momentum and direction. The speaker is hyping up the moment, then launching it somewhere beyond. It's like saying, we're locked in right here. Now let's take it to the next level. Next we have, ay, yo con cualquiera me puedo acostar, which means, oh, I can sleep with anyone. Notice cualquiera. This means anyone or anybody, emphasizing that he could be with any person. Acostar literally means to lay down or to go to bed, but here it's a euphemism for sleeping with someone intimately. Next we have, pero no con cualquiera quiero despertar, which means, but I don't want to wake up with just anyone. Notice the word order here. Con cualquiera quiero despertar literally means with anyone I want to wake up. But Spanish allows this flexible word order for emphasis. The contrast between acostar, sleeping with, and despertar, waking up with, shows the difference between physical intimacy and emotional connection. Next, we have solo con usted, which means just with you. Solo emphasizes exclusivity. He's making it clear that she's the only one he wants to wake up with, contrasting with the cualquiera from the previous lines. Notice usted, this is the formal you, which is interesting because throughout the song he's been using tú y te. The switch to usted here adds a layer of reverence and respect, elevating her above casual intimacy. Next, we have yo bailo con usted, nada más con usted, which means I dance with you, just with you. Nada más is a colloquial way of saying just or only. Na is a contraction of nada, nothing, so literally it means nothing more. This reinforces the exclusivity. He only dances with her, connecting back to the song's central dance metaphor. Next, we have un beso donde estés, bebé, which means a kiss wherever you are, baby. Notice estés. This is the subjunctive form of estar, used because donde, wherever, creates uncertainty about location. The repetition donde estés emphasizes that distance doesn't matter. He's sending his love wherever she might be. Next, we have y yo he tenido muchas novias, which means and I've had many girlfriends. Notice he tenido. This is the present perfect tense. Literally, I have had. Novia is a contraction of novias, with the final S dropped, shown by the apostrophe. This line is also perhaps a reference to the Bad Bunny song Titi me preguntó, which says, Titi me preguntó si tengo mucha novia. Next we have pero como tú, ninguna, which means but none like you. Notice como tú. This literally means like you, creating a comparison structure. Ninguna is feminine because it refers back to novias, girlfriends, from the previous line. This creates a powerful contrast. He's had many girlfriends, but none like her. Next we had ya no tengo mi sol, me paso en la luna, which means I no longer have my sun, I pass my days on the moon. Notice the metaphor here. Mi sol, my sun, represents his lost love, the source of light and warmth in his life. The phrase me paso en la luna literally means I pass myself on the moon, but it means I spend my time on the moon. This creates a poetic contrast. Without his sun, he's living in the cold, distant world of the moon, completely removed from warmth and light. Next, we have si te pienso, me tiro de una, which means if I think of you, I'm all in. Me tiro comes from tirarse, which literally means to throw oneself, but in slang, it often expresses a bold, impulsive, emotional move. It can mean diving into something, emotionally, physically, or even socially, without hesitation. In this context, me tiro suggests the speaker is overcome by emotion and ready to act impulsively, even recklessly, just at the thought of the person. De una is a shortened form of the longer phrase de una vez, which literally means of one time. The full phrase de una vez means to do something immediately or all at once, and when shortened to just de una, it carries that same intensity, doing something with full force right away without hesitation. So me tiro de una intensifies the idea. I'm not just all in, I'm extremely all in with no hesitation. Thanks for vibing with us on this breakdown of Baile Inolvidable by Bad Bunny. If you're feeling it and want to keep leveling up your Spanish with reggaeton and more, hit that like, smash subscribe, and swing by buenospanish.com for extra tools and lessons. Nos vemos en la próxima, Corillo.